Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay guys, this video is from Doyle 6315, and I will put a link in the description. This is L. Ron Hubbard's son, most revealing expose.
Morning break. What has happened to L. Ron Hubbard, founder of one of the world's wealthiest and most controversial religious groups, Scientology? One of the issues to be discussed this morning with my first guest, Ron DeWolf, the son of the missing L. Ron Hubbard. Let's give him a big round of applause, please. Welcome. In 1972, you alleged in court papers that your father had lived a life characterized by severe mental illness and physical disease, consistent failures, and the use of false and off-time criminal means to cover up these failures and to acquire wealth, fame, and power in order to destroy his perceived enemies. What made you draw those conclusions? What did you see that led you to that?
Because I lived it. 99% of what my father wrote and said about himself is totally untrue. And millions of people have taken this false data over a period of 30 some odd years and relied upon it and built a set of beliefs and built an organization and basically those allegations that I made were true because throughout up to 1959, I was deeply involved in all of it.
What did you see?
So there you go, from L. Ron Hubbard's son. He lied about everything.
Specifically, I mean, give me an example. When you say criminal means, like for example, what did you see?
Fraud and deception, the involvement with in the early days in Phoenix, Arizona, including 1952, the involvement with organized crime.
Fraud, deception, and organized crime. LAPD, did you hear that? FBI, did you hear that? IRS, did you hear that?
Organized crime in what capacity?
The use of Scientology money, his own money, to finance drug importations into the country.
Yes, you guys, you heard it right. He used that money to finance drug importation into the country. Yes, the man who told you guys you were not allowed to do any pharmaceutical drugs. And anybody that's really in the know understands how deep all of this really goes. But there you go, Mr. Fraudulent himself, helping to import illegal drugs into the United States.
From Mexico and Colombia.
You saw these things.
Because I was involved with several of the incidents.
You recorded any of this? Could you walk me through any of these allegations?
I didn't think for years that I could. Most of it I thought was buried, but I think now, since I've been speaking out, that there has been evidence being brought forward proving those allegations.
Why did you leave the church? Because of these allegations?
I left the church for a whole wide variety of reasons. It isn't a very simple answer. I left because my wife wanted me to. And also because I wasn't making any money, because all the money flows, of course, to my father always has. I was also tired of the fraud and the deception, plus his deep involvement in personal use of drugs on himself and others, black magic.
Oh, there you go. From the son's mouth, in person here, Ron Hubbard was taking drugs and doing black magic, which all stems to Aleister Crowley. It reminds me of that old Black Sabbath song. In black masses, da 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 da. I don't remember how the words go, but I think that was Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath. He told us all in that song what these people do.
When you say black magic, what are you talking about? I mean, some of the things that I read in this jacket material, it sounds just absolutely unbelievable. What are you talking about when you say this?
Well, the funny thing is that the actual truth
Oh no, it's real. It's real, people.
is about as far out as Scientology itself. Really, the basis of Scientology, which is rather hidden and covered over, is the occult, the deep involvement with satanic powers, and he felt that he was deeply involved with a British black magician called Aleister Crowley.
Also, I personally believe, I like to call it, what I'm trying to say is, I like to call it dark occults, and we could probably use a more, like a better word, like diabolical occult, because what occult means is hidden. But where it all boils down to, it's the Frankists, it's what we now call the Satanists, but trust me, all the Satanists are not doing these rituals. So, anyways, let's continue.
And through putting himself in deep hypnotic trances and use of drugs on himself, he wanted to become the most powerful being in the world.
Did you consider
I like to put you in a trance.
all of this a religion?
No.
Why not?
Because it's a business. It always has been. I was one of the incorporators of one of the original church organizations, and we incorporated just because the AMA and the IRS were giving him a lot of problems in that.
It's a business, and it always has been. So, whomever's in charge, Congress, senators, president, we all know it's a bunch of BS anyways. But anyways, just so you guys know, it really is not a religion. Out of L. Ron Hubbard's son's mouth. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a.
Early 50s.
What was your relationship like with your father? I mean, for a lot of people, they would say, well, maybe you're doing all this because you did not have a good relationship with your father. Or maybe you're doing all this for the money. Why are you taking these steps?
Because I want to see the truth. And I can't expose my father without exposing myself. I mean, my life is pretty messed up and goofy anyway.
That comes from trauma.
In actual fact, we really belongs in this chair of L. Ron Hubbard. My father, but why I'm doing it is let's lay all the facts out and let people decide.
I have a copy of a letter that supposedly came from your father. We talked about the fact that your mother was an alcoholic.
And there we go with the discrediting, you see? We can't not discredit. I do have to wonder who handed that news anchor that letter, or how she got it. OSA, Guardian's Office, whatever it's called now. Hint, hint.
And that she deserted both of you, and you were not in any position to know about him or the church. Do you believe this is a...
And there we go. Deny, attack, reverse victim offender.
Authentic letter? First of all,
I really don't know, but I know that he has his facts all fouled up.
Such as?
Well, that he know me very well. The fact is, from 1952 to 1959, I was very instrumental in and around the organization and the formation of it. I was director of training, taught.
I would like to know what he was training, to be honest.
many better than 20 advanced clinical courses. I was chief instructor.
I wonder what clinical training that was.
Traveled to England half a dozen times, lived with him. And so that
So you're saying you're in a position to really know your father and the church and the workings of the church.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Why do you believe now, or do you believe now that your father is alive?
I personally don't believe so.
Why not?
I really don't know. That's just as I said, a personal belief, but I think that if he is,
I don't know much about L. Ron Hubbard's son. I mean, let's be honest here, folks. With everything we've learned so far, I am sure that this guy was abused, like on a level that most of us will never understand, nor would we want to go through it. But I do remember reading somewhere that he was trying to sue Scientology to get some money, which, I mean, honestly, is kind of fair enough. It really is. However, I just would like to see more people, to include him, and I'm sure he's not here anymore, but I would just like to see them say, hey, we got to get the kids out. Nobody ever says that. And I do understand the mind control is very strong. I mean, look, think about it. This guy was raised in it. Their brains are just in bad condition.
alive, he was certainly quite incompetent to handle his own affairs and was being grossly manipulated by the people around him.
People such as?
Well, in my petition we named, I believe, a 23-year-old boy with about a ninth grade education named David Miscavige, one of them.
Now, this is a person who belongs to what is called now the Sea Organization, is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
There were more people involved than just David Miscavige. And I do know that, I mean, just from what I've read, that David Miscavige is at the helm of it. But let's just be honest. To run this evil ship, it can't just be David Miscavige. You know, a lot of those, well, at this point, every time I see someone introduced as former executive in the Scientology world, I get a little bit, I don't know if I trust it. But, you know, maybe I'm being rough, because some of them probably are not bad people.
The Sea Org, and that is the it sort of could be considered the SS arm.
Now, would you explain that? Who are these people?
Did you guys catch that? SS arm. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a.
Why have you labeled them that?
Because they're very much parallel a Hitler-type organization.
Yeah, that's very difficult for us to understand that. Here we are sitting in America today in year 8.
Scientology is the biggest failure of a mind control program that I've ever seen. Facts.
1983, you're telling us that there's a group of young people who are like the SS.
Mm-hmm.
How were they indoctrinated? Where were these young people? Where would they have gotten this concept from?
Got me from my father. They were raised.
And all the adults that allowed the children to be extremely abused, they went along with it. And I do understand there's layers to mind control. But honestly, at some point, you grab your child, you try. I know there's a lot of handling. There's a lot of interrogations, a lot of sec checks, a lot of blackmail. But if you guys ever have seen that movie or read about the story of Not Without My Daughter, I mean, see what that woman went through to get her child out of the Middle East from her abusive husband. I'm just saying.
Raised in Scientology, and I was known as Scientology and my father.
Were they isolated from the outside world altogether?
Not altogether, but pretty much kept in a very tight group.
That's actually another form of the mind control. So I'm going to put the link in the description box. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Doyle 6315. There's so many really good knowledgeable, informative channels on YouTube as well as the web that are really, how do I say it, sharing information about what goes on in Scientology. And I do believe some people need grace, but people that are super heinous and extremely abusive and doing terrible crimes, especially regarding children or even the women, man, just string them up, man. Peace.